Hi guys, I'm Jim and this is J&R Woodworking. Today I want to talk about, if you know what this is, it's for a dovetail fixture. And this is the fixture I bought. And I used this to build two sets of kitchen cabinets. All the drawers were dovetail front and back. It's a cheap little thing. I had to do a lot of work to it. These pins I had to make because the way they had them mounted, everything wiggled so bad. I made longer pins and I made them go right through the base. So it's a lot more rigid. Well, I bought that in 1987. I've had that for 35 years and I figured it was time to upgrade. So keep watching because I got all the paperwork and I got the original sales slip. I paid $19.99 plus tax for that jewel. We're going to give this thing away because I haven't touched it in 25 years. Our secretary at the shop, her grandfather was a avid woodworker. Now he built furniture. I'm talking chest of drawers, a lot of bedroom furniture, cabinets, just basically anything. His shop was probably 4 times the size of this one, and he built and used his own kiln. He bought rough sawed lumber, kiln dried it, planed it, and he built all this furniture. Excuse me. He passed away, and his son they were selling off all these tools, and all his stuff was industrial quality machines. I went over there to help him sort stuff out because his dad didn't keep all the parts with each machine. They were kind of like all over the place. So I picked out stuff and put them with a shaper and a table saw. And then I came across this. Slide this over here. This is a Lee Dovetail Jig. Now, differs from that one. This one you can move all these fingers and position them in the pattern that you want. That one you're locked into strictly half dovetail, evenly spaced joint. This one you can move anywhere you want it. It also has this bar in here that pops out. This is for making sliding dovetails. This jig will do up to a 24-inch wide board. And as all the rest of the tools, most of the parts for this was not with it. The cabinet here, or the box, I built to help support the boards that come in from the back and to help protect these fingers because one of them is a little bent. You used to set this on the bench, and when you slide it back, these hit. So I believe you bent this one a little bit, but it won't really hurt anything. So I called up Lee. They're in Canada, way over right above California. And I talked to her, I told her what happened, and she says, well, that's typical. Trying to find my knife. She said a lot of guys do that. They just put the routers together instead of leaving it with this. So some parts I didn't even know what I needed. So I called her up and she got me the 4 router bits I need, the guide bush, they call it. I would call it a guide bushing, but you know, they're Canadian. What can you say? The screwdriver was missing, you know, which I probably could have bought at Menards, but it was only $4.95, so I just throw that in. There was a wrench, and the end of the wrench is milled down, and it's used to set these fingers on the top as far as lining up your boards. I throw that in. I can't even remember what all I got, but I should be here Friday. It's like I said, it's coming out of Canada. Cut this box open. This is a router support vacuum attachment. And we've got, they sent me, Lee in Canada was out of these. So they told me to call Highland Woodworking. And here's their little book, their name and phone number. So I gave them a call, and he said, well, yeah, we got like 10 or 20 of them in stock. How many do you want? I said, just send me one. So we got this yesterday, and we're gonna put it on this thing. It's a router support and dust system, and it sucks up all the dust. If you Google it, it'll show them running this thing. Oh, I got all kinds of parts. I put my knife away. And it does a remarkable job of sucking up the dust and chips. Because most all your boards hang straight down in the front. The little fixture I had, you put one board down and one board in the back. This, they tell you to put a board in the back just as a backer board. So as you're cutting your joints, it doesn't chip out on the back side. Now with that there, it throws all the dirt and dust right at you. And that's where this thing comes in. This is your router support. This is a dust port, and it slides. They've got a couple fingers that go in here that your router sits between, and as you move your router, it moves this. And it catches, most of the guys I've seen online that were using these and tried them out, they said they were just amazed at how well it actually sucked up the dust. So we're going to put this thing on and see what it looks like. It should give you enough pieces and parts. So I figured, you know, if we're going to get back into woodworking, we might as well buy some new tools. What the heck? Now this is your finger assembly. These are the fingers that the bushing goes into, and again, you can slide these anywhere you want them. You don't have to have a small dovetail. You can take two of these and spread them apart and have a wide dovetail. It's totally whatever you want to make. These arms have to come off. And shorter ones go in. Now my boss at the shop is going to borrow this, and he's going to make, well, I hate to spoil the surprise of what he's going to make, because nowhere online can we find someone making this. So I guess we're going to be one of the first to put this video online. Now we got to slide this in here. Little plastic or nylon washer. And we'll put this one in. Well, you can tell that's new. The threads, the knobs don't spin as easy as they do in them older ones that's been used a bunch. Now these have to go on. You know what? I kind of did that wrong. This has to go in there first. I can see this is one of these jobs where you need two people. Yeah, we need one of these. We just want to snug these down right now because these have to be adjusted independently from the supports for the finger assembly. Stand over here so maybe you can see a little better. Now, if any of you guys out there are looking for a dovetail jig, you won't find one on the market that's better than a Lee. And anybody online that has one will definitely tell you that. Now, this has rare earth magnets in it, and it sticks here. And I've got my support out too far. And then these snap in here. That's what captures the router and moves this. I mean, it almost feels like that's riding on bearings. Oh, there's nylon bearings in there. That's why it turns so nice. And then they give you all these adapters for the hose, whatever size hose you have. They have several different support brackets. That's why they give you extra screws apparently. Let's put the fingers back on. We'll put the backer boards in. They just sit in there. And then we can adjust this. It just has to be flush with the top of your fingers. Your router sits on this and on your fingers, and then it doesn't tip. Got to go down a little bit. Not bad, right where it is. I'm a little Allen wrench. Now when I built this stand to put this thing on, I got a couple boards underneath of it. I made it so I could store all these parts in there. Now when he does this job that he wants to make, it's going to be a lot thicker board than you normally use. So they tell you to discard those support arms because you won't need them anymore, but because he's going to use such a thick board, he may have to put them longer support arms back on so he can get his fingers out where he needs them to be. And this, I'm hoping will fit in here too. Oh, look at that. And we use that to store everything. When the rest of the parts come, the router bits, the wrenches, the gauge, and gosh, I can't even remember what I ordered. All that stuff will go in here too. And that's a Lee jig. If you've never seen one and you want to see how they work, go online and just ask, show me a video of a Lee dovetail jig. And there's all kinds of videos out there. There's videos that show you how to put it together, how to demo it. There's just all kinds of guys out there to use these things because they are such an awesome fixture. So for right now, I guess that's it. I would love to throw a router on here, but I don't have any bits. Not until Friday. This is Wednesday. I gotta twiddle my thumbs for 2 more days. But that's what it looks like, and as soon as I get some parts and pieces, I'm gonna have to play with this thing. I'm gonna bring it to work tomorrow and give it to my boss. He's going to take it home and try to figure out how to use this thing. I don't know where I put the book. Oh, here we go. We'll put the book in the back too. This is a book that explains how to use this thing. And yeah, there's a few pages. I don't know how many pages. Looks like about 175 of them. So we've got a little bit of studying to do, I guess. This is a very complicated, they say online, oh, it's very easy to use, but I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. On this finger assembly, there's scribed lines on here. And on this finger assembly is the lines that match up. And I guess from what I understand, the distance between one of these lines is about 1 to 2 thousandths of adjustment. And also the guide bushing that comes with this thing, it's not totally round. It's elliptical. And it's calibrated off. I don't know if it got a picture one in here or not. I don't know. It's calibrated on the bottom, and you can rotate it to adjust your joint to make it tighter, or if it's too tight, to loosen it up a little bit. And of course, I can't find one right now, but it's calibrated from 0 to 10, and each one of them marks is 1/1000th of an inch difference on your joint. So we'll probably be playing for a while with this thing. So until next time, I got some parts over here. I can find them. This is what I'll talk about in the next video. Is this. It's a gauge that I made. It's a 1/2 inch thick, solid steel. It did not heat treat it, because I didn't, for what it's used for, it doesn't need to be heat treated. But it is blanched ground and then surfaced ground, flat and parallel within 1/1000th of an inch. Now this one I made first, and now it's too small. So I had to go and make this one. Now if you can figure out and guess what these are, just let me know. And the next video I'll show you why I made these and how they work. So until next time, please subscribe. I need subscribers to keep going on YouTube. And work safe, have fun, and we'll talk to you soon. So long.